We're live. How's everybody doing, guys? Good to see you here. Welcome to my studio. I haven't moved yet. I'm almost ready to move. Told you guys it was going to take me about a couple of weeks. I'm only 2 days in and I'm already like, I need to move. I'm going to show you guys something today, okay? Very simple. I'm going to show you how we stretch one of these. This is a canvas print. Some people really love this, and I still make them from time to time. This is one of my art pieces. It's a canvas print. It's a little tutorial I'm going to do for you guys, a little demo how this is done. Okay, how do you stretch one of these using wood, quality pine wood? Okay, 4 pieces of wood. You don't need more for something this size. So I'm going to show you how I stretch, how I make the wooden stretchers, and how to stretch something like this. The reason why is because some of you guys are doing canvas prints and don't know how to like the steps. You guys, I worked as a remodeler. I did some remodeling, and I learned how to do a few things, hands-on things, you know. So it taught me how to stretch my own canvases and on and on and on. Today, I like to buy them, and even better, I have assistants who make them for me. But I'm going to show you, if you're doing it yourself, how to do it from start to finish. How do you stretch one of these babies? In other videos, I'm going to show you how do you put a coat on this, an impasto coat that makes it feel and look more realistic. I'm going to show you that, and it gives it just a really nice touch, especially if you paint with texture. Okay. So I'm going to move this out of the way so that I can show you how I'm going to make the stretcher. Those of you who are interested, this is the place to be. So you got your 4 pieces of wood. You need a flat surface, okay? Now, my canvas print measures, it's going to measure 24 by 36. So I'm going to make sure that only 2, remember this is just a little tutorial, guys. It's not like a complete step-by-step. If you want a complete step-by-step, I will do that in one of my courses. But I want to get you started at least. Okay? This stretcher is going to measure, this stretcher measures 36 inches in length. Okay? And this, since it's going to be 24 by 36, okay, my canvas print is going to measure 24 inches by 36 inches wide. I'm going to make sure that this is 36 inches, but this has got to be 22 and a half. Why 22 and a half? Because once you add this and this, the thickness of this, it'll make it 24. Okay? You see? 24. Once you add that. So you have to remove the measurement of this and this is how I get 22 and a half. Okay? So let's get started. Very simple. This is how I got started. I still do this from time to time. When one of my people don't show up, I got a handyman that does this for me. If he doesn't show up, I have to do it. Good thing that I know how to do it. If you guys have questions, I'm going to be checking the messages from time to time. Okay, so now you need some glue, Tight Bond, whatever. I don't care the brand. It's just, it has to be carpenter's glue. Okay, this thing is not that wide. You can make them wider, but remember, if you're going to make them wider, then you need to make your canvas. You need to have more canvas, right, to stretch, more room on the sides. This measures 1.5 inches wide. They stand really bold, really nice on the wall. That's why I like them. Okay, it's not too much, where it's not like museum, but it's enough to. Here's one important thing to remember. If you have anything like this, like eyes or this thing, so make sure that these are inside. They're inside. They're not exposed outside. They're inside. Okay? These are, I don't know what people call them. In Spanish, we call them eyes, right? Because it looks like an eye on the wood. Or little things, little dings like that. You want to make sure that they're inside. Okay? And make sure your board is straight. This is one way of looking at it. If you look at it this way, it won't go that way. And if you turn it around, it's not arched. You want to make sure that it's straight on both ends. One way of looking at it is you put your eye like this, you look at it, and you close one eye, and you're going to be able to see how straight it is. And then you flip it, okay? You see how straight it is. Now I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. Very simple stuff, guys. Again, I'm going to make a tutorial, a very specific step-by-step tutorial in my Trujillo Art Academy, showing you guys how this is done, where you buy the wood, and all the questions you guys have. I'm going to answer them step by step. It's going to be a longer tutorial, more in depth, and for different sizes as well. Check it out. You put a little bit of glue there. You set it and you forget it. You set it and forget it. Now, in order to make my frame, I got this. I got a little nail gun. Okay, little finished nail gun. In order to nail it together, these are some nails, some finished nails that we're gonna use. You don't have to use a nail gun. If you're afraid of it, I totally understand. Don't use it, because I know there's a lot of moms watching later on. Maybe now, but also later on. It's okay. Don't use it if it's not your if you don't know how to use it. If you're worried about it, there are different ways of going about it, and I'm going to show you in a little bit. Okay. See, these are the nails. Go to your house, good boy. Go. Go. These are the nails. All right. And here we go. So open this up, and the sharp edge, not the head, of course. The sharp edge goes in here, goes in front, of course, right? And then you close it. I'm stretching a canvas print. I don't make my own canvases. I buy them made already. Here's the battery for it. And there it is. Okay? Now that the glue has been there for a little bit, because I wanted the glue to set a little bit, I'm going to do this. I'm going to piece it together. This is probably the most important step, because a lot of people miss this. I know I used to miss this before I started learning about it. In what do you call it? Remodeling. But this is probably the most important step, guys. You want to get yourself a measuring tape. Okay? And you need to square this bad boy. What I mean by squaring it is that you don't just measure, oh, okay, it measures 24 by 36. We already know that. From corner to corner, it's got to measure the same distance. It's got to have the exact same measurement. 43 and 43, okay, and an 8. And an 8. See? It's got to measure the same thing. It can't measure more or less, because then your canvas is going to look, it's going to look like this. This is why a lot of people miss that. I know a lot of artists miss this, especially when you go into bigger sizes. You start missing that. Totally. So you want it to be squared, okay? Not like this, not like that, not like a diamond. You want it to be squared. So it's got to measure the same distance across. Same distance here. All right. Exact same distance, not wishy-washy. And same distance right here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack it. Okay. I'm going to put a little nail. Don't go bananas. Don't start putting nails. Just a little tack. One little nail. That's all you need. Make sure your hand is not close, please. Like, you need your hand. Make sure you're not doing this and you have your hand here. You want to have your hand somewhere else, in the distance, where it's not going to reach it. And make sure your face is not close either, okay? You don't want any body parts close to that. Every time you're using power tools, I know you guys are grown people, but it doesn't go without saying. Anytime you're using power tools, you want to stay away from the damn thing, okay? Until you start learning how to use it. So here we go. After I tack it, I measure it again, just in case, because the push of the power nail, the push of the gun, my push might have moved the just a second here. Alright, here we go. Now I'm going to measure it again, because I might have moved the nail a little bit. I didn't, because I'm kind of cool like that. I'm kind of used to doing this. But you want to check anyways. Now that that's there, that's tacked, okay? Just give it like 2-3 little minutes. If you're not used to it. If you're already used to it, put the next nail in there. But what I'm saying, give it 2-3 minutes. It's so that the wood sits and you're not moving it, because that's when you're starting out. Now, if I'm talking to a carpenter, I know a carpenter is like, oh my God, no, that's not how you do it. It's not for you, carpenter. This is for people who don't know how to do this, okay? Please understand that. If you're a carpenter, you shouldn't even be looking at this. This is for people who don't know how to do this. I want to give you guys a little push in getting started. Give it 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, I don't know, till the glue sets a little bit more. That way it bonds it, right? And it's not shaking on you so much. And then, right underneath that, the same way, put another little nail. Bam! Okay? This guns cost about, I don't know, $100, $200 at tops. The battery operated ones. They don't really cost that much. Super inexpensive. Now, I treat these things as I treat any other thing that is called a gun. As soon as you stop using it, if you have kids and shit, please, like, come on, have some common knowledge. As soon as you stop using this, I take the battery out first. Okay? And then I take this out. Okay, I treat it the same way as any other thing that works that way. Okay, because they're dangerous. You don't want kids around that. Now, if you are not into using that, you can use something like this, or you can use a screwdriver. It doesn't matter, but you can use something like this. This is a little less intimidating. It's just a power drill. Okay. What you would want to do, if you're using a power drill, is do the following. You're going to get one of those little bits. Instead of using nails, you're going to be using this. Okay? You'll be using one of these wood screws or metal screws or whatever, but it could be a wood or metal screw. It doesn't matter. Okay? Again, this is not for you, carpenters. And this, just make sure that it's about at least 1 inch in length. Okay? Because it's going to go through here. Oops. Not there. It's going to go through here, right? Instead of using nails, you're going to be using screws, wood screws. But if you just put it in like this, right? By the way, this thing is really handy. This thing right here is really handy because it makes sure that your fingers don't get in the way. You just do this. Look, and you hold it like this, and your fingers don't get in the way. I have this for my wife. My wife helps me frame too. Okay, and for me too, I must say. Why do I blame her? I'm afraid sometimes of hurting my fingers, so I'll use this. Okay, so this is really handy. You can buy it anywhere. Look, you can buy it anywhere. It's just a little extension that the thing comes out like that, just to protect your hands and your fingers. Okay? Very easy to use. Don't be intimidated by it. If you're a mom or a dad who hasn't ever, just a person who's never used this, don't be intimidated by it. It's going to take a little bit of practice. And if you just put it in like that, you're probably going to crack the wood. Okay? So this is why you have to get something that is just a little bit smaller. This is a drill bit. I hope you can see it. It has to be a little bit thinner than this. Just a little thinner. It can't be thicker. This cannot be thicker than the actual wood screw. It's got to be a little bit thinner. What this is going to do is that it's going to create what is called a pilot hole. You make the hole, right, all the way in there. I'm not gonna do it because I already did this with another way. But you make the hole. That's why I tell you guys I'm gonna do a full course explaining to you guys how to do this. Again, your hands should not be anywhere in the vicinity, please. Neither your face. You don't want to go like this. God forbid. Okay? You want to stay away, your head away, and your hand away. And you want to do this slowly, not hard, not fast, slowly. And you want to make a hole in there. Okay? Once you do that, you get it out. And then, by the way, this works like that. I'm just used to doing it really fast, so I'll use the power in it. Because I'm cool like that. And then you get your nail, your wood screw, and then you put it in there. There is another way also of making it look even more clean, but I'll share that somewhere else. Make it look even cooler. Okay? That's how you do it if you want to do it with nails. I mean, if you want to do it with wood screws as opposed to a nail gun. Alright, guys? Now that we have this right here, here's another little thing that I wanted to tell you. Bear with me, since this is a short but effective tutorial. When you're going to put this away, don't put it with your battery. Like, be conscious of your surroundings. Don't keep it anywhere where kids can get it, please. Or stupid people. Especially keep it out of the hands of stupid people. This is what I use to put the stretcher, to put the canvas. Okay, just a nail gun. My handyman is like super awesome. He has one of those compressed air, you know, that you hook up what is it called? Pneumatic tools. Even his drills are pneumatic and everything. His nail guns. It has a hose for pressure, so that way he doesn't have to. It's a trigger. He doesn't have to use his force, right? But these are really good. Very simple to use. All you have to do is, right? You just up and out. Okay? And this is what I use. T50 staples. 3/8, 10 millimeter for my canvas. How's it going, Kimberly? If you guys have any questions, please ask. I'm gonna be checking your questions. If you guys have any, I'm gonna be checking the phone. This is what the staple looks like. This is not paper staple. Be very careful. Okay. This is just harder staple. Okay. I'm gonna call it harder staple. This is you will cry staple. So you gotta be careful. So you put it there. Okay. And then bam, and it's ready. Again, when you finish using this thing, please get this shit out, dispose of it, and put it away. Okay, especially if you have children in the house, please. Okay, there we go. It's ready to rock and roll. Or if you have idiots around the house. One or the other. Now here's what I'm going to do. Since this is done, I'm going to set it right here. Usually you want to let that dry, but I'm not going to let it dry so much because I have to practice for it. Okay? Usually you let that dry a little bit more. Just a second, guys. And now you want to get some damp cloth or paper towels and clean your surface. Yes, you got to clean it really well because you use wood and you use glue and whatnot. A little step by step here. Why not, huh? You want to use something to dry it with. You want to make sure that it's nice and clean. I don't have before and after shit here, okay? So you have to bear with me. This is not a cooking show, nor I edit my videos. My videos are done in one take. I'm real like that. That way you can see all the shenanigans. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is bring this baby out. Check it out. Need air a little bit more up there. I'm going to bring this baby out. And I'm going to flip it. This is why you want it to clean the surface. Okay? I'm going to flip it. And I'm going to get my canvas, my stretcher. I'm going to carefully place it down here. Okay? And then I'm anal like that. I keep measuring it just to know that I haven't missed my measurements here, my squaring. There we go. Now, this canvas it's a stretch canvas. It's going to be it's a canvas print. It measures 24 by 36 inches. This I retail it for around $200. You want to make sure that all sizes are measuring the same. If you, well, no. For this one it does, because I specially made it this way. But you want to make sure that you have, this is what you want to make sure, that the image bites a little bit. The image bites a little bit on the back side if you want to have exposed image on the sides. Okay, you don't want this. You don't want to do half and half, or because then you get into a pickle. Okay? Now you're going to have to paint the edges or do something else, or reorder the canvas. You want to make sure that your edges bite, overlap a little bit. Okay? On the side of the canvas, on the side of the board. Over the board. It's gotta go a little bit over the board. It's a full-on tutorial, guys. Yeah! Full-on tutorial. Alright? Now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get our stapler. Okay? And we're gonna start from the middle. The longest side from the middle. Okay? We're going to go do this. You don't want to stretch too much. Not the first one. Not either one, but especially not the first one. You want to make sure you do this. Look. By the way, if you're doing this, make sure that the other side also has, you can overlap it. So you don't want to stretch too much. This is what you're going to do. You don't need a tool for this. As a matter of fact, the tool will probably ruin it. One of those stretching tools that are worthless. You want to stretch and pull down. Okay, stretch out inwards. I mean, here, not inwards, out. Stretch out and pull down on the wood with your thumb. And bam! Not too much. Just stretch enough that this gets flat, that this side is flat. Okay? And then you go back where you started and do the other side a little bit. Like one of the staples is being meany-weeny and doesn't want to go in there, it's okay, don't fear. Just tap it a little bit with a hammer later, okay? This happens sometimes depending on the wood. This is why my handyman uses pneumatic tools, because it forces them to go in there. And then you do the other side, okay? You leave a little gap here. You don't want to go all the way in. I'll explain why, okay? You want to leave like a 3-inch, 4-inch gap right here. Like a 3-inch gap on each side where you don't put staples. And then you come back to this side. And then you stretch. Look, I'm going to grab it right here. And I'm going to grab the wood. And I'm going to pull the wood inside. The wood, oh, it's outside, I guess. I'm going to push the wood a little bit. Not hard. Just a little bit. And I'm going to pull the cloth my way. Okay? Look. Just a little bit, just to create a little bit of tension. You don't want too much, just a little bit, especially with canvas prints. And then bam. And then now I'm just pulling that way, like this. Okay? Now, let's see if you guys can see me now. You guys still see me? Awesome. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to pull this a little bit, not too much. What you want to do is make sure that this is nice and tight, not too tight, because then it will create kinks. And with canvas prints, you can't really fix them. It's not like you can put water behind them and then they'll get fixed. Many of them are a mixture between poly, which is plastic, and canvas. Okay? Especially the modern ones. They're a mixture between poly and canvas, like for your canvas prints when you have them made in a business or somewhere. When you buy the roll or you make them yourself or you have them made, they're a mixture of it because that's how they're doing them. It's there's different reasons why they do them that way. I think one of them has to do with the image. The image becomes really nice and clear. So you don't want to overstretch, okay? You just want to stretch enough that it's flat. You want to make sure that this stays flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull just a little bit because I know that it needs a little pull. And then right in the center, bam, take that. Who's the world's greatest living artist? Bam, I am. Now, you don't go all the way in. You see how I did it? I left that. Here's the reason why. You're going to fold this inwards, okay? Look, inwards, like that. You see what I did? You're going to pull this and this way, up, right? You're going to do this. Bam! Look at that. And then, bam, bam, take that. Bad hombre. You see? You're going to learn all kinds of shit here with me. You do the same thing here. You push this in. You want to make sure that this line doesn't go like that. You want to make sure that it stays right on the corner. Okay? Right on the corner right there. See? There we go. Bam! Bam! You want to put a little bit of pressure if you want to. Right there. Look at that. And then do the same on this side. You pull a little bit and push the wood just a little bit, not too much. Okay, just a little, just to create enough little tension. Just a little tension. Look at that. Man, I'm too good for school. And then you do the same thing here. Look at that. And if you're cool like me, you'll get yourself a handyman soon. You can start selling them. If you're cool like me, have someone else do this so that you can start painting. So that you can work on the things that actually pay you. Okay? Let someone else work on fulfilling the order. Don't make my mistake. I made this mistake too many years. See, when you're finished, you want to pull this out. I even do a last one on the floor. Just because it's fun like that, in case something got stuck in there. On the floor. You can sweep it up later. I did that too many years. I spent too much time in order fulfillment as opposed to working on the thing that matters, which is generating the income. You're curating the artwork, selling the artwork, and on and on. All right? Ain't that cool? I knew you would love it. Now, I like to sign my prints, but I'll show you that in some other video. I like to use one of those metallic markers. And it's one of those don't use maybe a Sharpie. Get something a little bit more expensive. And then sign your name, because you see the print kind of eats it can't eat your, I call it eating, right? The print can bend and eat your signature of the painting because it's not necessarily going to fit in there, and so I sign it somewhere, you know, my name, so that way they know, oh, it's a print, it's a canvas print, right? I hope you guys got any value from this. This is how you stretch a canvas print. You see, it's nice and tight, not too tight, not drum tight. You don't need it to be drum tight. It's just nice and tight. By the way, I'm going to show you how, later on in another video, I'm going to show you how you ship one of these. Okay? Because shipping one of this takes a little extra effort, because you need to take care of the tightness. And there is a way of doing that. And I'm going to show you later on in another video. By the way, I opened my well, I shouldn't say I opened. I'm working on my online art academy, where I'm going to do courses, step-by-step courses like this, where you guys can just go and check out the courses. Now, not all courses are going to be free. As a matter of fact, I'm not into the free thing. But some will be. Some courses will be free, just a little bit more, something like this, a little bit more than what I usually do on YouTube. And some courses are going to be just really step by step. I'm going to do courses about everything. Stretching canvases, stretching canvas prints. How do you get the material? Where do you get it? Different sizes. Anywhere from that to color mixing, color theory, composition of a painting, composition of a landscape, composition of a still life painting, composition of a figurative painting when you paint figures, nude paintings, and on and on and on. Anywhere from that to monetization. How do you start generating income for your artwork? What should you do when you're not generating anything? What should you do? What's the next step when you're generating a little bit of income? And what's the next step when you're generating more? I'm a full-time artist. I have authority on these subjects. This is not coming out of my ass. I have authority on these subjects. I generate multiple six-figure income on my studio, and I know what I'm talking about. So people have asked me over and over, dude, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I always play the I'm too busy card, because I am, right? If you're a small business owner, you are busy. But I understood that it was time for me to start showing people what I've done so that they can help themselves as well. Okay, so thank you so much for joining, and take care, guys. I will talk to you soon. My name's Jose Trujillo, and I am the world's greatest living artist. Goodbye.